Welcome to Married Life, a podcast where we talk about partnership, love, commitment, and everything in between. So, in a world where marriage is constantly evolving, questioned, celebrated, and sometimes misunderstood, this podcast exists to go deeper beyond surface level opinions, beyond social media highlights, and beyond the wedding day. On each episode, we'll sit down with counselors, couples, and thought leaders to unpack what marriage really means. We'll also be unpacking what sustains marriage and what people need to understand before saying I do. So whether you're married, preparing to get married, healing from relationships, or simply curious about love and partnerships, this podcast is for you. I'm your host, Mandisa Mamba, and this is Married Life.
When I saw you, it was in my dreams. Been trying to find you ever since that day. I only feel you when I step into your world and do all of the things you like. You're the only thing I wanna need. Couldn't go a day without you in my head. You love me like I never loved myself. When I'm with you, I get nervous.
Some people talk about marriage, but today's guest has lived it, built with it, and devoted his life to fortifying it in others. Rev Wandi Shongwe is a husband, entrepreneur, ordained minister, and marriage officer who has spent decades walking alongside couples, officiating marriages, and offering something rare: counsel that provides professional expertise, deep theology, and prophetic insight. Thank you so much, Rev, for joining us today. We are so happy to have you on our first episode of Married Life.
Great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Today's conversation is about the true meaning and purpose of marriage.
Right.
And so just to jump straight into our topic of today, when you think about marriage, what does it really mean to you beyond the wedding day and the ceremony?
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's a very good question, first of all, because I think many people hardly think beyond
Yes.
deeply enough.
Yeah,
Okay, but
that's true.
the way I view marriage is these two imperfect people, all right, coming together.
Yeah.
The key word being imperfect, all right? There's no one perfect in this world.
True.
All right, and we've got to accept that we are imperfect human beings. And so it's almost as though here we are, we found this incredible new house, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're going to walk into this house for the first time, okay? There's a lot of things going on in that house. We're excited.
Yeah.
There's going to be things that just we both agree on,
Yes.
things we both love. And there's going to be things that, my spouse may not particularly like or appreciate.
Yeah.
But we know this is what we have, all right? And this is what we're going to explore together, okay? Marriage is the door to that house, all right?
Yeah.
So in other words, here we are, we're stepping into this unknown thing, but we have expectations, we have understandings that there's a lot that we're going to discover in there that we love together, and there's a lot of things that we may not agree on. There's a lot of things that we're going to have to work through together. There's a lot of things that won't work that we think and assume should be working, right, as we walk into the house.
Yeah.
And then we've got to figure out, okay, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to repair this? All right, then there's the decorating of the house. And we've got to agree on the decorating. And then we discover that maybe we just don't have the same taste. Okay?
Yeah.
And so if we don't have the same taste, hey, what is the essence of it? We both chose this house.
Yeah.
And we both agree that this is it. and we're going to build on this and make it beautiful.
Wow.
All right?
Yeah.
So that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Because as you're going and exploring the different things within that house environment, all right, there's the obvious things of the house.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then there are the things that you didn't expect to find in that house. Okay, maybe there's a cracked glass in there on a window pane. And it's like, oh, that just spoils this room. Okay, fine, we've got to replace the window pane. You understand? And we just accept that it's one of those things that needs to be sorted out in order to make this living within this house beautiful, and to make this living within this house according to what we both desire.
Yeah.
I'd say in essence, that's how I can best describe it.
Wow, that is beautiful. And and I think it touches on the importance of healthy conflict in marriages.
Absolutely.
So can we just expand on that as well? What healthy conflict looks like in a marriage?
All right.
Yeah.
First of all, conflict is normal in a marriage.
Yeah.
And in fact, I can tell you right now, if there's no conflict in a marriage, that within itself is a red flag. Okay?
Yeah.
Because people often check out.
Yeah. Or
And when
tiptoe
someone's
around each
checked
other.
out, that means they're not willing to confront issues and matters. Or both are willing to just sweep things under the carpet and forget about it.
Yeah.
It's the most dangerous thing you can do in a marriage. Conflict is an essential part of marriage.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of the things that actually builds a relationship up. Okay. I'll just use a little example of when I was courting my wife. I like to ride motorcycles and stuff like that.
Interesting.
And so years ago, we've been married now 37 odd years, but 37, just on like 40 odd years ago,
Wow.
when I was courting her,
Yeah.
one of the things I used to do was to come and fetch her on my bike. Now that time, I didn't have the bike I have today. It was a little scrappy, broken, beaten up scrambler, not designed to carry a passenger.
Ah, okay.
But nonetheless, reluctantly, she would jump on the back, okay? It had nothing for her foot support.
Wow.
She had to hug me and put her legs over my thighs here.
It sounds dangerous now.
Yeah. And then she'd obviously hold me tight.
Oh my goodness.
And as we're driving along, all right, every now and again, I would do something really risky, all right? And she would freak out.
Oh my goodness.
And the more she freaked out, the harder she held me.
Yeah.
Because she had to hold on tight,
Yeah.
right? I would leap over things. I would weave through traffic and do a couple of crazy things. And the reason why I did it is because the more I did it, the more she hugged me. And the more she hugged me, I got the thrill. When we came to a stop, she was so angry. She jumped off and she says, "Why did you do that with me?" And I'd say, "I'm so sorry." And then I'd hug her and she would squeeze me because she also needed the relief of what she had been through, the experience she had been through.
Yeah.
It was within that where we actually bonded. And so, conflict, you can choose how you work it within a marriage. Okay? I remember a saying, which I picked up in a movie, where a wife was shouting at her husband.
Yeah.
And the husband said to her, "You look so beautiful when you're angry." And
Instantly, she drops her guard down.
well, not necessarily, right? But he was genuine about it. Because there was something about her in her expressing her pain or her dissatisfaction or whatever it was that caused the conflict that made him look deeper into her. Because when there's conflict, it's all about trying to put yourself in the shoes of the other person. What are they feeling? What are they going through? What could the reason be that we're conflicted on this?
Yeah.
Let me, for a moment, just put myself in their shoes and try and gain understanding. It's not necessarily a quick fix because conflict is very complex and deep.
Yeah, because mostly when people are in conflict, everyone just wants to be heard. No one is actually thinking about, let me actually put myself in your shoes and understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Within conflict, one of the most important things is the ability to learn to pause, to pull back, to exercise that emotional intelligence. I know when the wheels have come off, it's very difficult to do that.
So difficult. Yeah,
All right?
It's so difficult.
But it may not necessarily be something you do in the heat of the moment. There may be the heat, the nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
But you've really got to come back after that and begin the process of understanding the other person.
Wow, that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've spent a lot of time and years actually speaking to couples and individuals about marriage. In your experience, would you say marriage is misunderstood? And if it is, why? Or how, rather?
It is definitely misunderstood in the majority of time, of occasions.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons is because people always attach some kind of reason to why they should get married. Okay?
Yeah.
And so there are many reasons why people want to get married. For example, one reason would be someone who just feels like they want security.
Yeah.
Safety and security in a relationship. And they've been perhaps looking for it for so long, or perhaps they come out of an environment where they aren't, or they're not feeling very safe since childhood.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And the moment they meet someone who they feel they can trust, okay, and have a relationship together, it's very easy for them to say, okay, fine, let's get married, because they're craving for that place of safety, that place of security.
Yeah.
Okay? Now that within itself is not a good reason to get married. Right. The other one is a very popular one, and that is for some form of benefit or gain.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
In some cases, it's got monetary connotations to it. And some people, honestly, within their hearts, though they won't admit it, are just after materialism.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
and so they look at the other person and say, they can provide X, Y, and Z for me. And that solves that problem in life.
Yeah.
Other marriages are transactional.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a very sad part, because it's like a tit for tat thing. For example, very common amongst people who may have celebrity status, for example.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you understand my career, I understand your career. All right, we're going to get married. But we're getting married because we need to portray this, we need to portray that, we need to portray this.
Just PR.
Exactly. Thank you.
PR.
Yeah. And
Wow.
yeah, there are various reasons why people get married for the wrong reasons. And then, of course, another big one is you have a child together before marriage.
Yes, yes,
Okay?
yeah.
So, especially the men, if he's a good man, he feels he must do the honorable thing. But yet he hasn't connected or bonded with you at a level where he really feels your energy and believes that he can live the rest of his life with you. All right? He's just doing the honorable thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And then, of course, families. Families can pressure you into getting married.
True.
Okay?
True.
And for whatever reason they have, from an alliance perspective in the older days, but also they put pressure sometimes on their daughters in particular to get married to so-and-so because of who so-and-so is.
Yes.
So these are all the, a few of the many reasons why people get married.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's just the whole misunderstood thing.
That's right. Yeah.
So, when I'm having conversations with my peers, I always say that I personally believe that marriage is 70% choice and commitment, and maybe 30% feelings, right? And the reason I believe that is because I feel as though if you use feelings as the foundation of your marriage, it's very easy to walk away when things get tough.
Absolutely, yeah.
As opposed to using choice and commitment, which requires you to really show up for your partner,
Right.
to commit to your vows, even when things are just like crazy hard.
Right. Right.
So I would like to know, though, your thoughts. Do you think marriage is feelings only, choice only, commitment only, or it's all three?
It's definitely a combination of all three, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And all three are very important, definitely without a doubt. Okay. But these three actually, something may start with as a feeling.
Yes.
And then from that feeling, you make a choice.
Yeah.
And then from a choice, you make a commitment.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes.
So when you've made the commitment, then these three work together to enhance that solidity of a relationship. Okay? Obviously, feelings are a very important thing.
Yes.
Because they direct our emotions. Okay?
True.
And emotions are the number one thing of a human being's well-being.
Yes.
And so if emotions are the number one thing of a human being's well-being, then feelings are obviously something extremely important
Yes.
in the life of a person.
Yes.
So in a relationship as well, feelings are important in the sense that it's one of the things that help to gauge how my spouse is doing.
Yes.
Okay? Because they express feelings. And those feelings are important. And I must pay attention to those feelings.
Yeah.
Because they'll give me a clue into what's going on in the heart of that person.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But there again, it's definitely a commitment.
Yeah.
All right? But within that commitment, okay, it's a commitment that requires you to be in a place where you're saying, okay, I'm committed to this 100%. Okay?
Yes.
And in my commitment, what does that actually mean? What does it mean to be committed? And I think that's where people find it difficult. Because people tend to feel that commitment is up to a point where I'm happy with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But what if I'm not happy about everything that's going on? You see?
Yeah.
Because commitment's about being committed in the good and both the bad. And that's why, or the challenging, should I say, that's why we have the vows that are said at most marriages, for rich or for poor, in sickness and in health.
Yes.
Okay? So it's all these challenges that go on. Why do you say the vows? You're saying the vows that I'm committed, I'm actually dying to self right now in my commitment to you, all right? And when I say I'm dying to self, it means I'm not losing my identity, but I'm becoming selfless. You get my...
Selfless.
Yes, I'm becoming selfless, all right? Because I realize that going forward, this is going to be about me and you.
And you.
It's going to be about me having to do things that I don't feel like doing sometimes, but I must do because I'm committed.
Ish. Marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing once you get the breakthrough.
Yes, once you get the breakthrough and you have proper understanding of
Absolutely.
what it is. Yes.
Or should I say the revelation of it?
Yes, that's true, that's true. So I have a story to share with you.
Okay.
So a couple of years before I got married, one of my cousins asked me if my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, she asked if we were going to get married because it looked like things were serious between us.
Okay.
And I said to her, I don't know, I don't see the point.
Right.
And then I asked her, what's the whole point of marriage anyway? She says, and she was married. And she says, I guess it's nice to have your own tribe, your own little family. Honestly, that was not enough to convince me to get married. But looking back now, I realized that my mindset came from the environment that I grew up in.
That's right.
And I was raised by my single father. He was a single father. Because my mom had passed on while I was young. So he raised me and he did a phenomenal job. So much so that I was subconsciously conditioned to believe that marriage is not important. It's not something he said, but just the surrounding and seeing him do it on his own, it just kind of became something that's not important to me.
Right.
fast forward to me being a young woman, I moved to South Africa, and there I'm living with my other cousin who was divorced, and she was a single parent as well. And she was doing well for herself. So again, life reinforces the idea that marriage is not important. People can live just fine without partners. She as a woman is doing fine without a man. Fast forward to me meeting my husband. He knew from the beginning that he wanted me to be his wife.
Okay.
I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him.
Right.
But the idea of marriage was just not important to me. I didn't see the point of doing the whole thing.
Right.
So every time he raised it, I would just question him, like, why is it so important to get married? Why do you want to get married? And eventually, I agreed to marriage. And one of the reasons I agreed to getting married was because I wanted to honor him and commit to him in a way that makes him feel safe in our relationship.
Right.
And I know that even though he wanted marriage for a long time, it was still for the same reason. He just wanted to honor me and commit to me in a way that makes me feel safe in our relationship. But the older I get, the more I realize that marriage is deeper than just commitment and companionship.
Absolutely.
So my question to you is, what is the true purpose of marriage, biblically and spiritually?
Wow. Okay, that's a big question.
Yeah.
And thanks for sharing your story. That is very interesting. Well, obviously, you know, if I may just comment a little on your story, and then I'll use it to help me answer the question. You know, you grew up with certain perceptions based on what you learned and what you saw.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And those are extremely powerful things in a young person.
Yeah.
Because these are the lessons of life that you learn that are indelible. These are the things that ultimately make you who you are, you know, eventually.
Yeah.
And of course, as you grow older, you learn to adjust.
Yes.
And you know, you keep the good things and you let go of some of the things that are not so great that you learned. So we come in. All of us, we come in with all kinds of backgrounds, okay?
Yeah.
And some of our backgrounds are challenging in the sense that they give us a perception of something that is skewed. And it's only because that's what we saw and that's what we learned, okay?
Yes.
So that is perfectly understandable. And hey, everyone comes with this, because even if you grow up in a home where everything is purportedly perfect, all right, you're still coming with a mindset of perfection. You're coming with an expectation of the same thing into your relationship, which can be very problematic, okay? So we all come with this baggage, you know, through life. And then we're confronted all of a sudden because we have learned how to adjust to all the baggage we're carrying, all right? It's like having literally to have a bag on your back, a heavy bag on your back. Every time you walk, you're adjusting it, you know, you're just making it a little easier for yourself and relieving all the different muscles and all the rest of it. It's the same thing. We're making the adjustments constantly, okay? So as we go through life, we adjust until we feel comfortable about our new adjustment, okay? Then you step into a life now where I'm sharing what I've been comfortable with somebody else in the same space. In fact, the space is so close that there's no wiggle room there. You understand what I'm saying? Now herein comes the challenge, okay? Because what happens? Now I've just adjusted to me. Now I must learn to adjust to this one who's still adjusting to themselves, and they must adjust to me, who's still and I'm still adjusting to myself. Okay? Now it all depends on how you look at that. All right? Because if you look at that as being an amazing opportunity to discover another person, okay? And in discovering this other person, okay, you learn new things about them, okay, because they are making these adjustments. They're trying to learn to live with you now, okay? And if you both have the right attitude going into the relationship, you're actually going to help each other out, make these adjustments. And therein lies the beauty of it. Is because you're both actually helping each other to realign into a new life now, okay? And helping each other to shed the things that were problematic to you in the past, and an opportunity to become better people into the future.
Wow.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
And so when you get that revelation of the fact that we're both being beautified as we meet together better than we were before, then it's so meaningful.
Both being beautified.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what the purpose of it literally. Every day you wake up, it's about beautifying each other.
Yeah.
You know, it's about making the other one more beautiful. And, you know, we need to understand, especially as men, one of the things that God requires of us is to beautify our wives. All right?
Yeah.
Just like Christ beautified the church.
Yes.
And it says, how did he do it? Through the washing of the word. Okay?
Yes.
So Christ did it through the washing of the word. He beautified us, he cleansed us, he purified us, he sanctified us. In the same way as men, one of our functions is to beautify our wives through what? Our words. So how do we do that? You know, we keep affirming what we want to see within their beauty.
Wow.
And it literally becomes what you say.
Yes.
Because it's a deep spiritual and mental truth.
Yes.
The more you see something in a particular way, the more it becomes that thing.
Yes.
So if I say to my wife every single morning, you look amazing, you are beautiful.
Yeah.
And then myself internally, every time I see her or think about her, I say, oh, what a beautiful, amazing person.
Wow.
It becomes so deeply entrenched in my psyche, in my heart, all right, that's how I perceive you. So if I perceive you that way, you actually become that thing in front of me, all right, inwardly and outwardly.
Yeah.
Right. From the spiritual side of things, this is where a lot of people don't even get it.
Yeah.
Because marriage is so deeply spiritual that if you don't grasp that, you're going to miss the whole side of it. That, you know, you will, it is so big that if you miss it, you'll never have a full marriage, in my view. Okay? And this is this, that the Bible speaks about God bringing, okay, first and foremost, God made Adam, all right? But he was alone, the Bible says. And God said it's not good for him to be alone.
Yes.
That is the first port of call we need to understand, that it is not good to be alone, period.
Alone.
Okay? And if God said it, then we have to understand that that's for real, because he's the creator. So he made something and said, no, it's not good for this human to be alone.
Yes.
It's not what? It's not good.
Yes.
Are we together?
It's not good.
Yeah. In other words, not beneficial.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So if it's not beneficial to be alone, what then? He says, I will make a helpmeet for him. In other words, I will make a partner for him. All right? And that's going to complete this man, first man, Adam.
Yes.
This is going to complete him. All right? A help. A help. Do you get my point?
Yes.
All right. Now, people do not understand that God designed a woman, all right, to help a man. Why? Because a man needs help. In all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yeah.
And you see, we as men, we need to understand that. This morning when I was trying to fix a whole lot of things and everything, my wife said, stop, stop, stop. I said, I can't stop, honey. I'm on the move. I'm late. And I'm trying to sort all these things out. She says, pause.
Yeah.
Look at me. I said, where is this coming from? Okay? So I just decided, let me pay attention. I stopped. I look at me. She says, finish with me. Tell me. what you want me to do, and then you'll move on. Okay? And I thought about it and I said, phew, she's right.
Yeah.
She needs a clear message from me, all right? So that she can help me. Are we together? So I told her everything, and when I told her, she said, fine, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. And I walked away feeling relieved, and I said, wow, okay, she's
Clear
got it.
communication.
What did she do? She helped me.
She helped you.
Are we together? And women are actually designed by God to be sensitive to the things which a man needs to hear to be helped. Now, look at this. There's a saying that says a man's house is his castle.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why that saying exists is because the idea the man leaves the house in the morning, he goes out, he conquers the world, he confronts all kinds of challenges and problems and everything else. Then he comes home. When he enters those doors, he enters his sanctuary. All right? What does he do? He enters his sanctuary, he takes off his armor, he puts it down, he relaxes. Then who comes next? She comes along and she leans against him, and then he leans over her. And I want to tell you that is the most powerful therapy in the whole wide world. Right?
True.
And that is what makes a man feel 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That is so potent and so powerful. Women, I think some women understand the power and influence they have, but many don't within a marriage. And they have so much power and influence to heal a man. Okay? Because we can become wimps sometimes. You know, there's times when we just like want to pull out and back out, and we have our tantrums and all the rest. And women have the power to calm us down. They have the power to relax us. They have the power to seduce us. You know, those are extremely powerful things when used in the right way, under the kingdom philosophy. Those are good things. Are we together?
Yes.
And they all help a man. All of them help a man. Okay? Men have so many needs that many women don't understand. And of course, vice versa. But, you know, a man has certain needs that when those are fulfilled, he becomes a well-rounded man. He becomes a happy man. He becomes a man who's willing to go out and conquer again. For who? For his household. His wife being his queen, number one. Okay? And so, you know, that's the first point. So God said, look, you need a helper, so he makes a helper. If you look deep into that word, it's actually even more like a consultant, an advisor.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And there's, it's rumored that some world leaders have even gone to war because their spouses said, get those guys, go get them, boy. Go get them, all right? And the whole world is shaken just because the wife said, go and get them.
True.
Come on, go and get them.
True.
You know, she played to his ego. So women are extremely influential. God gave them that gift. And he gave it to them right there in the garden. When Eve presented the fruit to Adam as well. That was a power of influence that made Adam fall in that moment and say, okay, all right. You know, since that time, women have always had this incredible gift of influence. And it's been there throughout eternity up to this point in time. So women are influential people. And God meant them to be influential people. For what good reason? To help their husbands.
Shoo. Wow.
So the second part that God spoke about was he said, it's not good for man to be alone. So he says, I'll make him, you know, a helper. And then he takes out of Adam and he creates Eve. What's the idea behind that? It's just to prove that the one came from the other, meaning they were married in the first instance.
Wow.
Okay. So what happens then is that here now, Eve is there, all right? But God then reiterates what was there in the first place. And he says, the two shall become one. All right? He was just demonstrating what had already happened physically in that sense. Now he's saying spiritually the two will become one. And he says one what? One flesh. Okay. Now what people don't get is that marriage is consummated through an intimate process of intercourse.
Yeah.
That's how it's consummated. In God's eyes, that's how marriage is consummated. In essence, every act of intercourse to God is marriage.
It's marriage. Oh my goodness.
Okay? So therein lies a huge challenge today, especially in the postmodern society.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, in the modern society.
Why do I say that? It's like that because God says when the two come together, they become one. And let's look at it from a physical standpoint.
Yes.
From a physical standpoint, there's the interaction of genetic material. So when we have the genetic material, we know that very well because we transmit disease as well.
Yes, that's
All
true.
right? But not only do you transmit disease and stuff, okay, but we also create another human being.
Yes.
And that human being looks like each other.
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yes.
So that is a perfect sign of how two become one. Your children are the perfect signature of that, of the two becoming one.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But then there's a deeper part to it as well. The two become one in spirit as well. Okay? And so now you're carrying the same energy.
True.
Now, when I say energy, I believe the church has thrown out a lot of things that they need to revisit and study again.
Yeah.
All right? Because the Bible says, for example, the same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead abides in us, that self-same spirit will energize, will invigorate our mortal bodies. The Holy Spirit himself is an energy. He's a divine force field, an omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient force field through our lives. It's God himself, right? Eternal. Now, we are, from a molecular point of view, we have cells. Those cells are made of atoms and molecules and all the rest of it. Those things are vibrating all the time. So when you talk about vibration and energy, it's real.
It's real, true.
You get my point?
Yes.
So when two come together, they share that energy.
Ooh.
All right?
Yeah.
And so when they share that energy, there's an exchange of that energy. And one carries away part of the energy of the other. And the more that interaction happens, the more energies that are mixed up and it becomes this hodgepodge.
Yes.
All right? And that's why, the reason why many of our offspring today are battling with common types of diseases, asthmas, eczemas, lung disorders, a whole myriad of diseases. But perhaps one of the biggest ones is the eczema, the asthma, and the allergies.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And the reason for this is because we're busy transmitting stuff.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And that is meant to be preserved.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So in marriage, now God said, I want the marriage bed to be pure. So God's intention was that virgin to virgin.
Yes.
So what happens? The bloodline is kept pure.
Oh, the bloodline is kept pure.
Correct. Okay? That is the idea God had in the beginning.
Very rare nowadays.
Right. Today, most bloodlines are corrupted.
True.
But God made a way out for us. From a spiritual perspective,
Yeah.
if you give your life back to Jesus, it's literally the cleansing of the bloodline.
Yes.
So God says, I'm giving you another chance.
Yeah.
Now keep everything pure. So from a spiritual perspective, the bloodline is cleansed.
It's cleansed.
And then up to the third generation, second, third generation, the actual physical bloodline is being cleansed if you keep it pure.
If you keep
And that's why we need to communicate this to our children and to our children's children. Ultimately, it can be cleansed if they all begin to be pure, down the
pure.
bloodlines.
Well, I did not expect that response.
I've just put it in very
So
simple
deep,
terms.
yeah.
It's very deep,
Yeah.
quite complex,
Yes.
because it's something that's even now modern scientists are starting to understand in the field of epigenetics and metaphysics.
Yes.
Okay, and both those are my interest. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on that people don't understand in marriage.
Wow.
And that comes down to the energy force fields between two people. Because your husband can tell you something, or your wife can tell you something, but you just don't feel their energy.
Yes.
You don't feel we call it a hunch. It's real.
It's real.
Yeah. So someone may say, how are you? I'm fine.
Yeah.
But they're not fine. And your energy you can feel their energy that this person's not fine.
It's not fine.
Yeah. In so many areas.
Yeah.
And I call it telepathy. We'll talk about that later.
Wow. So, okay, Rev. So I've been married for about 2.5 years. You said you were married for
37 now.
37.
Yeah.
Woo, Lord, from my ears from
And
my
it's getting
mouth to your
better.
ears.
It's getting better. Yeah.
Okay, so with my 2.5 years marriage, the way that I define love is definitely different from how you define love, having been married for 37 years. So I'd like to know how you define love in the stage that you're in your marriage, which is 37 years of marriage. How do you define love?
All right. First of all, there's different types of love.
Yes.
Okay. You know, there's the sensual love. Okay. And unfortunately, most people dwell right there. All right. So the Bible refers to that in a Greek word called eros. That sensual love, okay, is all about feelings. Okay. And so it feels good. You know, I love this person. I have feelings for this person, and all the rest of it. We have a chemistry that's going on, and so on and so forth. Okay. But here's the challenge, all right, with that kind of love. It becomes familiar. All right? And it's almost as though once we have captured each other in marriage, we all relax now. And it's, I got her.
Yeah.
All right? Or she says, I've got him.
Yeah.
Okay? And one of the common traps, if you like, that a woman may use is to get pregnant from a man.
Yep.
And then she's got a
A
string attached and a pull, an influence on this person.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And a lot of those things go badly wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they were strategic and fleshly in their approach. Okay.
Yes.
So, you know, when you say you have feelings for somebody, it's a very different thing to when you're actually in a place where you're now at another level of love. Okay? And that other level of love is what we call an unconditional love, what the Bible refers to as agape. Okay? So here's the thing. Why I said to you that our marriage, from my perspective, is getting better. All right? Is because I've had the revelation of agape. And it took time to ultimately get to a place of learning to say, you know something? I'm just going to learn to exercise unconditional love and see what that does for me. And it's a beautiful thing because it's the same thing as I mentioned earlier about washing and cleansing your wife. Because when you do that, it's exactly what you're doing. You're forgiving, you're patient, you're all these things. And at the time, it seems very difficult. And at the time, your wife may not respond the way you want or expect. She may, in fact, respond in a way where you say, no, I'm just being too soft about it. I'm spoiling her and all those kinds of things. But actually, there's a tipping point there, you know, where they suddenly realize that there's something different about this person that when I'm away from them, I do not get.
True.
Okay? Almost like an aching within you.
Yes.
That when I'm away, I ache for it. Because it is unconditional. It doesn't judge me. You know, it doesn't count my wrongs. All right? It doesn't keep record of wrongs. And all that. The world judges people. You walk out those doors right now, you will be judged, whether verbally or internally.
Yep.
People are judging you constantly.
Very true.
And we are conscious of the fact that we're being judged depending on where we are in terms of our character and personality and all the rest of it.
Yes.
And some people are more conscious than others of it. So what happens is that when you speak about love within a marriage, okay, that love has to mature over time.
Yes.
Now, the only way that love can mature over time if we understand how Christ loved the church. What is the first sign that he loves the church? He kills him. He's killed.
He's killed, yeah.
All right, he dies. Sounds better that way.
Yeah.
Okay. He dies to what? To self. And he becomes this incredible sacrifice to the other side. And who's Christ's spouse? The church.
The church.
All right, ecclesia. You know, that's the spouse. The church is the bride.
Yes.
Okay? So Christ dies for the bride, okay? So that the bride may have life. The bride has life, so Christ says, now reciprocate. Because I love you. Love me back.
Yes.
That's all I ask. Just love me back. So that we can both benefit from this relationship and allow this relationship to grow. Because Jesus said one important thing that people just don't get. He said in John, I think it's John chapter 16 or 14, he says, I'm going to be with the Father. All right? So he says, you know, I'm going to send the Holy Spirit, who's going to come down, he's going to be your counselor, etc., etc. But then he says, and you will do what I've been doing, but you'll do even greater things.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of people walk away from that scripture and say, we'll do more than what Jesus did. I mean, what more can we really do?
It sounds scary.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
But it was all about the power of two. He was speaking as the power of one, Christ. But now he has the church, the power of two. And he says, you now have the power of two. Okay?
Yes.
So it says one will set 1,000 to flight, but two will set 10,000 to flight. So what he was meaning is that two, we have, what is that? You do the math. But we have so much more that we can do than one. That's the whole purpose of marriage, really, if you look at it at the end of the day. So Christ loved the church, okay? He asked the church to simply love him back.
Love him back.
Okay? Why? So that we can both benefit and become more powerful within this world.
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
And by the way, so that you fulfill your actual function and purpose that you were born for. Right? Yeah. And so it's the same thing when you look into a marriage. It's all about this new self-discovery thing, that love is the key that opens up all the beautiful facets of your spouse.
True.
It unlocks those things. It's like a diamond.
Yes.
A diamond has many facets depending on how good the cutter is. All right? And the diamond is more expensive according to how many more facets and angles and shapes and all the rest it has within it. And you hold it up against the light and you begin to see all those things. And it's beautiful. All right?
Yes.
As the diamond turns with the light against it, so it reflects the different facets.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is exactly what it is about us within our love, is this new discovery.
Oh, wow.
A new facet about the other person that I love so much. Because we grow, we evolve every moment of the day. Day by day, we are transformed. What are we being transformed into? Marriage allows us to be transformed into something far greater, far higher, more beautiful.